And time. What is going on, guys? What is going on, people? I had some like days off. My father was here, so I took some time to chill with my dad. Some family time and everything. But I'm back, so good to be back. We're going to continue working on the streamer schedule project. But before we dive in, I want to showcase you my new equipment. Get ready. This piece of hardware that I'm holding right here is like the the thing that I always wanted to have. It is, I don't know, man. I don't know why. It's just like super cool, and I couldn't justify the price of it up until recently. So I was like, you know what? Let's jump in and check it out, guys. I am super happy to to finally have this piece right here. It is the Shure SM7B microphone, the one and only, the legendary microphone that even Michael Jackson used to record the Thriller album. I mean, how cool is that, man? I got the same thing. I have the same thing as Michael Jackson. That is crazy. That is crazy. And I still don't have the mixer to actually hook it up. I'm waiting for that. It should like arrive in, if not this week, then maybe the next one. The guys at the store told me 2 or 3 weeks at most. So I'm like, I can't wait. I want to put this in use and actually start speaking into it. It's going to be super cool. And one other thing, folks usually use the Cloudlifter CL1 to power up this bad boy, but they didn't have that in the in the audio store, the local one that I went to, but they had this. It's pretty much the same as the Cloudlifter, although this is an inline preamp, so it basically boosts up your Shure SM7B, because it's a quiet microphone. Yeah, so you put this into this end of the microphone, and it just like clips in, right? It has this lever that keeps it in place, and then you basically connect the other then you basically connect the cable into it, right? And that's about it. That's how it works. Let's see this. There we go. So now we have the cable, and we can hook it up in the audio mixer when that arrives. And the mixer, oh my god, guys, I can't wait for that piece of equipment either. It's the Rodecaster Pro. As I read through some of the reviews online, everybody said that is the thing you need. It's similar to the Go XLR that I think all of the streamers use, but I think I'm a fan of Rode equipment. My current microphone is Rode, and my microphone arm is Rode. Like I appreciate that company, so I'm getting the Rodecaster Pro as opposed to the Go XLR. And if you don't know what that is, let me share my screen and I will show you guys. Right, so I have everything synchronized on my website. If you go on my website here and click on the gear, you can see everything, right? So this is it, the Rodecaster Pro. You need this in order to connect XLR microphones in your computer, right? So check it out. You can hook up to 4 microphones. It has Aphex or Apex, Aphex, I don't know, audio processing on board. That means you can set up an equalizer for your voice, like set up and configure how you want to sound, and that's going to happen in real time, as opposed to doing that in post production, which in our case, streaming on Twitch does not have a post production, right? You guys are listening to me right now as I speak. So basically, yeah, I'm going to do the post processing pre-process. I don't know how to say, but yeah, that it is real time. It also has these super cool sound pads that you can program to, you know, output some sounds like the klaxon or a laughter, you know, or any sound effects that you find interesting and you want to use. But I think as of, you know, the latest firmware that they released for this piece of equipment, you can also, you know, set up these sound pads to output MIDI signal, and you can use a program to listen to those, you know, MIDI signals and actually do, you know, execute any kind of a process on your on your computer. And I guess you can set it up to switch the OBS scenes, and I'm not sure, you know, we'll play around with it and we'll see what it can do and what it cannot. All right, but that is like, that's the thing that I'm waiting for this to come to arrive, you know, to get delivered to my place, so then I can set up everything and use my new equipment. And I cannot wait, guys. I am like super excited for these things. Right, so let's get back to the actual project, right? So let's just like try to boot it up and let's see where are we at. If you remember, if you watched in the previous episodes, let's see, we had the, oh man, wait a minute, I need to reset my Chakra UI cookie, because it sets the, you know, it sets the mode. Where is it? There we go, this thing right here, light. We don't want it light, we set it to be the dark mode. There we go. Right, so we developed this you know, this widget that lets us select days, either today or in the future. Minter, how's it going, buddy? Right, so we can select days, and when we select those days, we want to refresh this list at the bottom. And this is basically an EPG component for React. I'm going to, you know, link everything. Let me just share my streamers schedule. Yeah, there we go. Here's the repo. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Here's the repo link. I already deployed it on Vercel. You guys can check it out. There's a bug, obviously, on, you know, if you look at the bottom here, you can see that there's another logo, but you cannot scroll down to actually see it. So we're going to fix that first, and then we are going to play with the data. Awesome. But yeah, you can play with it. There's the link is here in the GitHub repo itself. I had no time to write any readmes or the docs and stuff. You just do yarn dev and everything should start up. There is an environment file, a .env. I'm going to push the example of it because I don't want to, you know, expose all my keys and, you know, get hacked or something like that. But yeah, we are going to be doing this. First, let's see the issue. Jambird just started using Chakra UI. I saw you on the tutorial on their side. Yeah, man, I am one of the maintainers at Chakra UI. So, yeah, and I'm glad you have a good experience with Chakra UI. If, you know, for any questions, I'm always on Discord, man. You can find me on Discord every time. Right, so here's where we are. Right, oh, by the way, I thought of a cool feature, you know, for us to build. It is an awesome project, yeah. I thought of a cool feature for us to build, you know, in the future, a feature for the future. It's basically, you know, we should introduce lists, so I can filter out and group my favorite streamers into lists. Like I can do gamers, I can do programmers, right, or just chatting, chill, DJs, musicians, ASMR. I have no idea, you know, what people are listening to and watching these days. But basically, I think it'll be super cool to, you know, allow the users to create lists and select which of their streamers, of the streamers that they follow, go in which lists. So other than, you know, the date picker that we have here in this side, we can also have the list picker right here. So I'm looking at gamers, right? So this list will get populated, you know, with the gamer streams. If I'm looking at developers, this list will be populated with developer streams, right? And that's about it. I think it'll be super useful, you know, as a feature. So and that way we can also utilize Supabase. So for every user, we can keep track of what lists they created and which streamers are in which lists, right? And yeah, that's about it. So let's start by fixing this bug that we had. So the EPG component does not respect the height of the page. I think I saw let's see, an example on their website, Planby. That's the actual package. I think I saw an example on their website regarding the size, right? So here's the component, and for example, like, check it out. In this case, it even paints, you know, it colors the currently running programs blue, like, automatically for you. So if you're like here, let's see, we need to scroll. Thursday. Oh yeah, yeah. The data is way in the past, so that's why we don't see the line anywhere. So for example, it's like 7 p.m. We should be around here right now, but we're not there because the EPG program is in the past. And I didn't, you know, want to spend a lot of time to do any mock data. This is as good as it, you know, this is as good as it can get. So I was like, you know, like, let's just leave it. There will be, you know, the line that shows us the currently running, you know, the currently running things. And by the way, Planby also uses Chakra UI. So if you haven't noticed, check it out. There we go. Hell yeah, guys. Right, so in this case, it works flawlessly for them because there is more, you know, at the bottom. But we want to, yeah, develop with Chakra UI. Love it. Planby, you guys are amazing. But yeah, let's check out the docs. Also, start these guys. These guys are doing something very cool. And it's like in my opinion, the only decent looking EPG component that's currently on GitHub. I mean, how crazy is that? Right, so let's see. Live example, there we go. Did you guys watch the Code Sandbox announcements today? They announced some really cool features, guys. Alright, so let's see. There's a div with a height, right? So if we were to do, I don't know, like 100%, let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, looks decent. So let's try to do this, you know, wrap our whole EPG component with a div and see if, you know, if it respects the height that is giving to it. So we are going to go actually pages index, because that's where we keep our EPG. Here's the schedule, right? We have a vertical stack with the spacing set to 6, which amounts, you know, calculates to 24 pixels between each of the sections. So we have the date picker at the top, and these are these two components, right? These two lines right here, and then we have the schedule, right? So let's just wrap the schedule with a box and see what happens. You know, we'll set the height, or no, well, since this is flex, the VStack is a flex, you know, flex box. Automatically, we can set flex equals to 1, right? Fra Wolf, thank you so much for the follow, appreciate it. Right, so let's set the flex to 1, and maybe, I don't know, let's set the overflow to hidden, just so we can like enforce the bottom thingy, but no, not really. Let's see, height, and there's the width. We already handle the width, do we? No, we don't. Let's see. Width is full. Okay, now we handle the width correctly, but I'm still having issues with the height. So let's go to the elements and see what's up. Right, so here's the page contents, because this is the the header. There is the page contents, and the height is 1300 pixels, while my current height of my computer is 980 pixels. Hello to you and your magnificent beard. Hello, UT Brot, how's it going? Right, so we need to fix this. If I were to say, let's see, this is the flex, the height is 100 VH, and 100 VH means the full, full screen. Do we have a height defined here? We don't. Then we have this. This is set to flex 1, so that's why, for example, if we say height equals something here, we're not going to achieve the effect. Fra, hey, I have a question. Is it safe to initialize the auth session by using get initial props? The auth session, you mean the auth session from Supabase? I know that get initial props is something that is not being used anymore. Like there's only 2 reasonable you can use today. The get server side and get static, depends on what you want. But what do you mean by initializing? Like to start the whole authentication process, or setting up cookies and your browser? UT came to see what you're up to. Your guide on sidebar on Chakra's channel helped me start using the lib, and thanks to it I built a whole front-end project that gave me a degree. Congratulations on your degree, man. I think, yeah, I think it's fairly easy, to work with Chakra, and it just, gives you the speed that you need to focus on building the product instead of, fighting with how it should looks like and everything. So yeah, congratulations, UT Brot. Right, so we have a problem. So this is 980, 1301. We must set the height to here. If we, for example, have the 980 here, we have the overflow hidden, right? If we set, let's see, height is 100%, what do we get? 980, right? So there's something right here. Then we have 980, which is let's see, we need to set check the computed. Right, there is some space missing, because, for example, this one is 980 with the 24 margin at the top, and then we have 980 without it. So that's, oh, it's actually okay. It's actually okay. So this is 980, and now this 798. It's like 800. We can say it's 800. Then we have 32 and 100. That's like 132, including the 130, and 800 is like about 930, right? So we came to this point. Let's dive in, and there we have it. This component right here is 1120, and that's it. That's the thing. This is the box. As you can see, it's inside of the schedule, right? So let's check it out. In the meantime, Fra is going to handle the authentication SSR and avoid loading spinner around the page, just to serve the whole page loaded and ready to use. Yeah, I pretty much did the same. Now you know, OAuth, how it works is because it uses a hashtag notation, you cannot get the actual, you know, the tokens and, you know, the refresh token, the access token and everything. You cannot really get them on the server side unless you somehow change the way the tokens are being passed to you. For example, if they were passed as a query parameters, you will be able to obtain them, right? But because they're not, we have to have a client-side, you know, a page that uses client-side logic to obtain the tokens and then, you know, put a cookie, for example. And that's what we are doing right here. If we see the page logging in, right, this is like a doormat page, right? You land on this page before you go into, you know, before you proceed into the app. So here's what happens. Like, I only have a full screen, you know, flexbox that centers everything, and I only have a circular progress inside, right? But in the meantime, I am using, you know, the use authentication layer hook that I created to obtain the state and the session, right? So if the state is logged in and we have a user, when you have a user metadata, now Supabase handles that, you know, by itself. I don't need to obtain those things by hand. I just need to wait for Supabase to do that, right? So if we get here, we can see that we can obtain the provider token and the user metadata from the session, and then I can create a cookie, set a cookie. When everything is done, we can then go to the slash, which is the index page, the home page, the one that we're looking at it here, right? So that's about it. That's how I did it. So yeah, I think you do need that, right? So we played with something here, and it pretty much didn't work, obviously. Let's see, we have the EPG, get EPG props. We used to have, yeah, that's it. Let's see what's up. We can clearly see that we still have the problem, right? 1120. Oh, wait a minute, we refreshed the page. We set, if I remember correctly, we set the height. I think it was on this thing right here. Let's say height is 100%. That means it's 980. Right, 980 is basically my whole screen. I need to calculate the height minus this thing, but yeah, if, for example, we said, I don't know, 900 pixels. Oh, wait a minute. What if we say fit content? Then that would be, of course, 1301. That is way too much. UT, bro, I still need to learn some about using Chakra because some opinionated choices do not fit what I want. Yeah, they're, you know, the good thing is that it's pretty easy to configure. So yeah, you should look into, you know, ways on how to configure and override the theme, the default one, how to provide, you know, your own props and everything. You can easily make it work for you. That's the beauty of Chakra. Right, so let's see. We cannot be doing this if we say 1 pixel, for example. It automatically amounts to 908, right? If we say something other than that, what if we say auto 1301? That's not what we want, right? What about inherit 980? That's not what we want. So I guess we have to go to, I don't know, this looks like a hack and I don't like it, right? But it does fix our problem, right? But I still don't like it. Let's see, we have the header and we have this thing right here inside. Maybe I want to also move the margin. I'll set it to 0. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay, there we go. And then I'll add, you know, I'll move it as a padding so we can see. Let's see. There's also padding on here. We don't want that. Padding inline start. There we go. I'm just gonna say 0 pixels. And also I want to disable it. Right now we have something to work with. There we go. Minus the size of the header, Spirit of the Dark Woods. I know, yeah, I know, but we were trying to, you know, we were trying to do something different in this case. Like set up the layouts to automatically calculate that for itself. But let's see. Let's go back. Let's see. We changed a lot of stuff here, and this component. Let's see. It is the box component inside of the home page, right? So this thing right here. That thing right here, and let's see. Because we had the layouts. Let's go find the layouts. It's a VStack with a spacing of 6. I'm going to remove the spacing from there. Because then we have the navbar, then we have the children, which is this. And I'm going to add a padding of 6. Just like we did, right here. And maybe, let me say height 0 pixels. If I refresh, the height will be messed up again. There we go. See, there is, let's see, there is px of 6. I need to remove that as well. So, you know, this, there we go. That one's fixed. But we can still see, you know, we can still see some issues at the bottom. Right, and that is bugging me. If we, for example, know that this is always going to be 48 pixels and 48 divided by 4 is 12, then I can do exactly what Spirit of the Dark Woods says we should do. Go into the, you know, in the navbar component, set the height to, was it 12? Yeah. Let's see, the height to 12. We there we go. We don't need the py in this case because it'll just get, you know, automatically calculated, and we'll just do justify space between align items will be to center. Right, so nothing should change, and nothing did. Right, but we have a fixed height for our navigation bar, right, that we can actually use this box. So we can do height equals calculate 100 VH minus 48 pixels, because pretty much every time is going to be 48 pixels, and voila, we can now see 932. Oh, wait a minute, we removed the spacing right here, if you remember, but we also need to do spacing 0 because otherwise the VStack has, you know, a little bit of spacing. Now we're even. There we go. So refresh, the width, you know, gets scaled easily. Yeah, Spirit, yeah, I think we're going to keep, you know, the calculation. That means that this app is only going to be available for you know, only going to be available for desktop, because what we did is not really mobile friendly, right? But hey, maybe we can like think about ways to refactor the UI so it can, you know, be usable on mobile as well, right? But we'll get into that later. Not really. Let's see how the, yeah, for example, check it out, the, you know, this whole component needs to just like, you know, be way smaller, not that much of a spacing, and the, you know, the font itself. But yeah, let's just make it work, and then we can think about, you know, optimizing everything. So we're going to leave this, and we can then proceed, you know, with the actual data, which I'm pretty much excited about. So if we go, just like show you guys what we have right now, we can go into the sources, we can go here, we have the follows, right? If I set a breakpoint here and refresh, check it out. Oh goddamn, we have 0. Let's move on. Okay, I thought we got the followers. Let's see what the problem is. So I'm going to, because I'm going to be debugging the backend. The server side, sorry, which is pretty much the same, right? I canceled, you know, I stopped the process from my terminal, and I'm just gonna hit F5, which is going to start my Next.js side, but using the, you know, the Visual Studio launch functionality. So now, if I hit refresh, we should hit this breakpoint right here. I'm just going to do this. Now it's loading. And that is crazy, because it did not hit the breakpoint. Maybe we're like not logged in. Let's see. Yeah. We don't have authentication, right? And I'm like returning the redirect and the props and everything, but something's off. It doesn't throw us back. So let's see. Let's see why is that happening. So redirect, SSR, get server side props. There we go. We have the get server side props. We can return stuff, right? So let's see what kind of stuff, what can we return from here. Okay. And the request time, that's about it. If an error is thrown inside, let's see the actual API reference. Right, so here's the context. We can get stuff from it, but we don't have anything to get right now. I mean, unless, you know, except for the cookie. Okay, but then we can return not found and redirect. Okay, okay, there we go, guys. So we need, you know, we did that, you know, wrong. So instead of doing this, we don't need the props right here. Destination is set to login, and permanent, we'll set that to false because it's just temporary, right? So if I were to refresh, if I were to refresh now, let's put the breakpoint here. If I were to refresh now, there we go. This thing gets in and we are returning the redirect. We should, you know, go to the login page. Let's see if that works. Very nice, very nice. Now that's it. Yeah, it's just a simple mistake, and now we fixed it. So let me just remove these old breakpoints. There we go. Twitch.tv/OAuth2. Now we're at the doormat. And now we're in the app, right? If I put the breakpoint here and hit refresh, now we have, you know, authentication and everything. What is up now? Debugging. I'm not sure like what it is, but it's crazy. Version of Node.js. We recommend upgrading to the latest bug performance security fixes. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. What are we running at? Node version. It's at 16. Right. Let's see NVM list. There's 17. Okay. Let's see. Let's do NVM use 17. There was another thing to do. NVM alias set 17. Was it some? Yeah. There we go. And NVM alias, oh, wait a minute, not set, NVM alias default 17, not set. I don't need the set alias. NVM alias system 17. Was it like that? Okay, now we use 17. If I were to start this process, not cool. Let's try that again. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure what it is. You have to hit it and it will start to work, just like the old TVs back in the day. Right, so here's the authentication that we have, provider ID and token and everything. And then we have the follows getter, which will return 43, Twitch streamers that I follow because I logged in with my Twitch account, right? So, for example, Luigi, Gonsi, what else do we have? Zach Jones, GT Codes, the Primogen, all these cool guys. Strappy. Oh, Strappy's conference was cool. I don't know if you watched it, I think it was yesterday. Right? Johan Fleury, Trust. These are the cool guys that I follow. Now, we are going to be, creating the EPG based on their streams, right? That's pretty much the idea that we want to do. I have a Postman API already set that returns us the schedule. And let's also revisit that. There we go. I just need to steal the token. There's the provider token. Right, so if we were to do, where were we? There we go. Here's the list of followers. We are already doing that. It also returns a cursor pagination, but we are handling that as well. So while there's a cursor, we're just refetch everything. But then there's also this API call right here that, for example, in my case, the broadcaster ID is Alex Trost, and we can see, the segments that he scheduled, and this is a recurring one, right? So is recurring, there we go. Right, so we need to find a way to first make this call and then check, if the event is recurring, maybe by the ID. Let's see, if I were to select this and just paste it here and then select this, because this is the front-end Stampede, and select this thing right here. Not the same, right? Okay, 50. Oh, 551. They are they are the same up to a certain point. So up to here, the last two are just different in this case, right? So for example, if we go to the front-end Stampede right here, let's see. There we go. Then the the last four letters are different. So we cannot really, we cannot really do this, right? We cannot really count on the ID itself. Let's also see how this works. 50, and then we have something else, and that's about it, I guess. Yeah, so the ID is, represents something in the Twitch API. I'm not sure. Maybe we can take the title, right? See if it's recurring. I don't know. Let's just let's just do the same, and just, even though if it's recurring or not, we'll just have it ready. And the dates are also important. That's what we're after. So let's create a utility for that, just like we have for the follows. There's the Twitch API. We are going to do the same for the schedule, right? So export const get schedule, and we want to, let's see, this is the provider ID, the provider token, but in this case, what do we have? We have the, where is it? Parameters, the broadcaster ID, oh goddamn, I am changing in the follows. Broadcaster ID, we're gonna set that to be a string, And the next is actually the cursor pagination. Let's see, provide the, and then we have the promise, whatever we return here. And there's another function inside that we're going to call recursively while we have the next cursor right here. Beautiful. Okay, so let's actually do that. I think we only need to get the broadcaster ID, right? Get follows URL. Helix users follows from ID. This is schedule, and then we have the broadcaster ID. Okay, cool. Let's do the same for the schedule, right? So export const get schedule URL. We'll get the broadcaster ID, which is going to be a string. I think so. Yeah, we'll make it a string. And then we'll do something similar to this. We're going to use the broadcaster ID, but we are going to get this part right here, right? So instead of the users follows, we'll just ping schedule and then pass the broadcaster ID, and also the query parameter name itself, right? So that's about it. Then we have the next, the cursor paginations, and that's also okay. We'll append that later. Right, so get follows, right? We are just, returning a promise. Immediately inside, we start to set up the data, right? So let's see, we'll return not a pros, but a promise of something. We'll set up, let's just set up everything right now. Follows result total data pagination, right? So there we have the data, there we have the pagination, right? So we'll do something similar. Export type schedule result, right? There's no total in this case. We'll just have a data, and we'll do a just a schedule. We'll create it later. Then we have the pagination, and then we have the cursor. And you know what, I think I'm going to extract this into its own type, and I'm not going to export it. I'll just do type pagination. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to use pagination, or not here but here, right? Bingo bango. Okay, we just need to handle the data, which is the schedule. So let's do export type schedule, right? And this is all that we need. Oh, wait a minute, there's segments, and then there's the schedule, or a segment. That's actually a better naming. Segment, right? And what do we have in terms of a segment? This thing right here. So let's be lazy and do JSON to TypeScript, and basically just like regenerate this. Here's the JSON. Give me the type. Can you give me the no? It cannot give me the type. Okay, cool. In that case, I'll do this and then close off the array. Sweet Jesus, man. I'm like trying to cut down on time, and now I am fighting with the generator. No, not going to work. Expected. Oh, okay, there we go. Right, so here's what we have for our segment. There's a category with the ID and name. You know what, I'll just inline it. I don't think we're going to, I don't think we're going to use it separately, right? So I'm just going to inline it. Right, there we have it. We need to handle the promise of schedule result. Let's just say schedule result. Yeah, we are exporting it. Please included. Result. What is going on? Restart server. Oh, Makes sense. There we go. Right, and then we are immediately returning the, you know, the new promise. So we're not going to be needing these. Just going to return the promise. No need of a type. It can, you know, figure that by itself. Here's our arrow function. We have the reject and resolve. Resolve, reject. And this is where the magic happens. We can set this to be an async function because we probably are going to be doing. Not really. That's okay. Yeah. We have the broadcaster ID. What we do now is we pretty much do, you know, construct. Just declare and initialize an empty array because we are going to be returning results, right? And then just call this asynchronous function inside. That also takes a cursor. So let's do that. We're going to do segments. We are also going to import the type. Okay, it's smart now. There we go. Right, we'll do fetch segments paginated. Right, we'll get the cursor. And then we'll do fetch segments paginated without a cursor, but we are going to call, you know, that function inside with the cursor. And I think this is pretty much, you know, the mechanism could be reused somehow if we are like smart enough. But yeah, let's see. What are we interested in? The URL, right? So we'll do get schedule URL, and then we'll paste the broadcaster ID, right? So this will return us the URL for the schedule, to get the schedule. Then we'll do this, right? Because it's pretty much the same, you know, it's a cursor pagination. If there is a cursor, then append the after and then paste the cursor right here. Right, so we get the URL here. And that's also cool. Then we need to do the API call, right? Fetch, oh, provider token. Okay, I get why we need that as well. What about the provider ID? We don't need the provider ID, we just need the provider token. Okay, let's also add it here, right? Provider token as a string. I'm using the authentication cookie, but I'll just use it like this, right? So there we go. We fetch the segments right here. What do we do now? If it's not okay, that means if the API, if the request has failed, we're just going to reject our schedule, right? We're just going to reject that. If not, we are going to try to parse it. So let's see. This is the schedule result. We're going to try to get that as a schedule result, right? Follow result. Then we do this. We destructure the API call. We're going to use schedule res, and instead of page follows, we are going to do page segments, because these segments are only on this page, right? So segments, there we go. Oh, sorry about that. It's an array. There we go. Page segments, data, and then segments. Okay. Right? Beautiful. Right, so fetch me the first page. Is it okay? It is. Alright, then proceed. Parse the results. Give me the segments from within, because if we remember, there's data, there's segments, and then there's, you know, the segments themselves inside. So fetch me that. Push those segments inside of our global array, you know, the one that we defined outside. Right, so we're going to fill that in. And then we want to handle the cursor, right? So if we have a cursor, then we are just going to call this function, you know, call the function itself. Otherwise, that means that we've reached the end of the pagination. We're just going to resolve our with segments. There we go. What's wrong with this? Let's see. Is not assignable to schedule result. Promise of okay, got it. Instead of a schedule result, we are going to do a promise of an array of segments. And that's how we get the segments for a specific, streamer. Now, what if we were to, because this is going to, go crazy. What if we were going to make it a bit smarter and like accept a date or a date, range or something like that, and only fetch the things that are within that date? Because right now, for example, if a streamer has, I don't know, 10 pages, right, and then we have 10 streamers, that means it's exactly 100 API calls, right? And that's a lot. So we need to handle that. Let's see, Twitch or developers.twitch.tv, was it? No, Twitch developers, that dev Twitch TV. Okay, cool. I don't need the console, I just need the API or the docs. And then let's see, Twitch API. We are interested in the, let's see, the schedule. Where is it? Reference. Schedule. Channel stream schedule. There we go, right? Gets all scheduled broadcasts or specific scheduled broadcasts from a channel's stream schedule. Scheduled broadcasts are defined as stream segments in the API. We do this. Here's the URL. Pagination support. Forward pagination. Required query parameters is the broadcaster ID, which we already sent. And then there's optional query parameters from the ID of the stream, a start time for the RFC 3339 format to start returning stream segments from. If not specified, the current date and time is used. Alright, that's cool. Maximum number of stream segments, and then there's the after thingy that we already used. So this is the start time. We can utilize that. I want to utilize that, right? If not, the today, the current date and time is being used. That means, for example, if I do this, like go into May, right, and select the 1st of May, that means that, and if I don't pass, the start from, that means we are going to get all of these, streams up until today, because Twitch is going to start returning results from today until 1st of May. And all of this is just going to be, data that we're not really interested in. So I think we need to add query parameters, right? Like from equals, and then our date, like I don't know, 01 05 2022, and yada yada. Then we can parse this as a date, right? Then we can parse that as a date and pass the prop here. So let's actually do that. Otherwise, if there is no date in the query, we're going to use the today, just as the API itself, right? Let's see. Here we are in the get server side props. Then let's try to get start. Was it start from start time? Start time equals context dot query dot start underscore time. That, let's see, it's a string or an array of string. We'll just do as a string, so it can be a string or undefined, because it can be an undefined as well. Yeah, there we go. Get follows. All right, yeah, that's okay, but we get the start time right here. We are going to make it an optional as well, and pass that here. Get scheduled URL. We are going to add the start time, which is an optional, right? And then we do if start time exists, then we are going to add and start time equals, I need to use these, and then pass the start time, right? Oh, come on, okay, so yeah, that's about it, right? If start time exists, then we're going to add, add it as a query parameter, and then if cursor exists, then we're going to add that as well, right? But with this, we are avoiding getting all of this data that we're not really interested in. So that's about it. Yeah, we now need to, we have the start time right here. Here we have all of the follows, right? And let's see, the follows was a follow relationship. Basically, it's an array of streamers, right? And then we have the toID, which is the broadcaster ID in our case, right? We pass the follows. We can have them, as a list somewhere in the UI, but we also need the schedules, right? And we need also a new type. Let's see, we need a new type, so then we can pass them to the schedule. And here's what we have the EPG and we have the channels, right? And that's what we pass here, EPG and channels, right? So channels are the actual streamers, right? And we can use their, we can use the followers to pass the, to basically do this. There's a logo. We can try to, do some stuff. I don't think we need all of this, like the provider, the title, the type. Maybe the title will use it. The type definitely. But yeah, that's what we actually need to do with the followers, with the followees, right? But then we have the EPG, and the EPG is a bit more complex now. It has the ID, the description, title, is yesterday true, whatever that means, since, until, the channel UID, basically who is streaming it, right? There's an image as well, country, year, rated, all these things. I don't think we need these things, right? I only think we need some subset of these things, right? Of these props. So let's start creating the types for it, so we can have a better idea. Channels, right? I'm gonna copy this, go into the types, and do what is it, data.ts, if that makes sense. Export type channel. Here is our channel, right? The UID is a string. The type is a channel for now, but maybe something pops up in the future. We'll create a string literal from it. Country, title, country, we're not going to do any countries or providers. Logo, maybe, but we'll set it to be an optional here. No, thank you. So there's the channel, right? And now we can also do channel, right? Country, provider, we'll just get these out. Oh man. Then let's select everything and remove again provider. Just I just want to see if it will work, right? There we go. Channels. Oh, now we are using the different thing. Okay, I got it. I got it. Instead of, you know, channel from our types, maybe it has its own. Yeah, plan by. Here we go. Channel with position, and that thing has channel, UID logo, and then something else, which I think kind of works in our case, right? Let's see. Position is missing. Position is missing. Position is missing. Let's see. Channel with position. But there is also the peak position top. Okay, it's basically a number, right? So let's see. 1, no. Top. Peak position top. Kind of. Right, so from position, we pick the top, which is a number. Top is 1. God damn. I don't like this. Like, I don't want to use the channel right here, but I guess we have to. So let's just import it. I'm just gonna add this object right here. So let's just select all of the, including this one. All right, let's see if everything works as before. If that works, then we can, yeah, there we go. Awesome. All right, so we can proceed, right? We are sending in the follows. From the follows we can construct the channels, because that's what we want, right? Here's the start date. No thank you, we'll just use new date. The schedule is going to take some props. We have to do that. Props, we'll do streamers, and unfortunately I'm going to use this type, because then we cannot be passing those over there. Just streamers for now. Channels will be streamers. Oh yeah. Okay, now we are here and we have the follows, right? There's the follow relationship. We need to construct them. So let's do that as well. Exactly, yeah, we cannot pass that. Here's the list of, you know, the follow relationship. So instead of follows, we can keep those. I mean, just on the back end, but we want the streamers, and we want to use this thing right here, the channel. So I'm just gonna import only the type. What else? This belongs here. Schedule is a component. Again, type. Right. Streamers, and then we'll do streamers equals streamers. Right? Beautiful. Now we need to figure out it's a side props. Right, so here are, you know, the list of all of the followers, and now we need to turn those followers into this type, the channel type. I have no idea what we're going to be using for the position. Maybe we can use an index so they can start, you know, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as they go. Maybe that would be a case. And then we have a logo, but for the logo we should be getting the streamers. Let's see, we should get, you know, the streamers profile pic, if that is you know, available, which I think it is, because we get it for our user. Unban user, Not really. Broadcaster subscriptions. Block use get user follows. We already do that. Get users. Exactly what we need, right? Profile image URL. Beautiful. All right, so login name and then ID. Okay, ID and login. Yeah, that's about it. You know, that's about it. So let's also do that. Man, this is going to be pretty heavy for the backend. Right, utilities, Twitch API. There's the URLs. Export const get user URL. We need the user ID, right? So ID, which is a string. Then we have the login, which is a string, and that's about it, right? So we are going to return users and then do the query parameters, right? So ID equals ID, and that can be either a string or multiple user IDs can be specified, right? So if we do them, separate them with ampersands, ID and ID and ID. Okay, all right, that's cool. We can also do that, right? Or a string array, and same as for the login, or a string array. So before we actually return anything, we need to handle that case, right? Here's our base URL, users, and that's it, right? Now for every, if like array is array ID, right? We are going to be doing base equals oh, it's const. Let's add, you know, the question mark here, so we don't bother with that in here. If the ID is an array, we are going to be doing ID dot join. We need to join. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. ID dot join. ID equals. Oh no, goddamn. Okay. Not really, right? So if I join these, actually, if we did this, let's see, ID equals, and then we can do this, ID join and ID. Let's see how that is going to turn out. So we have an array, right? So 1, 2, 3 through. All right, so dot join, and we want to do ampersand ID equals 1, ID equals 2, ID equals 3, and there's the first one, right? So if we add the ID equals and then we do this, it's basically ID equals, ID is 1 and ID is 2 and ID is 3, and that's what we need, right? So if it's an array, if the ID is an array, else if I don't know, type of ID is a string, then we just want to do base equals ID equals ID, right? It's a string. Same thing for the login names. I'm just gonna do this. Login, actually just select and make it like this, right? Where were we? Get users. There we go. Here's the ID right here. There's the question mark right here. And now these should have the ampersand, because we are going to handle IDs first. And then we are going to handle the logins first. I don't think they need to be, you know, yeah, there we go. Login. But these are optional. Wait a minute. Multiple login names can be specified. Limit is 100. I don't need to do all of them, right? This is the total limit. You can request, for example, 50 of each or 100 of one. You cannot do request 100 of both. Yeah. You know what? We'll just use the, I don't know, the IDs. Yeah, let's not bother with the login because it's way simpler this way. And then we return the base. And that's how we can do the get user URL, right? If we go back now to our server side, we have the follows, right? And then each of the follow relationship has the toID, and that's what we're after. That's exactly what we're after. So in here, follows IDs, we can do follows dot map follow dot toID. Now we have all of the IDs, right? And then we have then we can do the, wait a minute, let's see, follow IDs, get follows. We created the Twitch API, get schedule, broadcaster ID, provider token. Yeah, we return the segments. Okay, now it's a bit more complex, right? Because we are doing a single broadcast. Oh, wait a minute, what are we doing? Sorry guys, I'm getting tired. Yeah, we only want the users, you know, to fetch the user profiles, right? The display name and the profile image URL. That's what we're after, right? That's why we created that. So let's also create an API for that. Before the schedule, export const get user profile. We are going to do because we have the IDs right here. Get user profile. Here are the follows, which is a follow relationship. You know, maybe we should build up on a, you know, maybe we should build up on a single object and then return that one instead. What do you guys think? Because I think, you know, it'll be much easier instead of like creating multiple types. Where are we? Oh, in the Twitch API. Get this out of the way. We'll just leave this. Get user profile. Let's actually do that. Let's see. ID is a string. And what else do we need? That's, I'm gonna do, instead of ID, I'm gonna do IDs. We always, you know, we're always gonna have an array. We're going to return a promise of an object that contains the part of the, where is it, follow relationship, basically the, I guess only the toID, and we also have the name. We just need the image, right? Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure if the to name is a display name or something like that. Maybe it is a display name. Call of Lazar, that's me. Yeah, I guess we have the name, we just need the image. So we have the follow relationship here. Follow add. Let's add the profile. Let's add it here. Or, god damn it, this needs a lot. And we're already, you know, it's already getting late. God damn. All right. Let's see. Follow relationship, pagination is upstairs. Follow relationship. All right, let's create a type. Streamer, right? It has an ID. It has a name. It has a list of segments, right? Segments. And it also has a profile image URL, right? How about that? So when we return from the backend, we're just going to return an array of streamers. They have an ID, they have a name, they have a profile picture, and they also have segments. So for each segment, we're going to do a start, end, title, cancelled, until, category, you know, all of these things. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. So let's go back to the page right here, and streamers is not a channel, it's a streamer. Let's import that. Import type. Right, so there we go. We have the streamers. And we're going to use that here. So instead of a channel, we're going to use a streamer. I think it's like way simpler that way. Let's get, you know, stitch those as well. Now, streamers. Every streamer has a channel, right? So we need to do streamers.map. And we want to return segments, right? We're only gonna get the segments. So the segment has an ID, starts, end, title, blah blah blah, right? Instead of that, we are going to do a flat map outside and do segments.map inside, right? So we are going to get the segment right here, and we are going to immediately return an object, and that object is going to be of type channel from EPG. Sorry, import type channel from plan by. Right? And now inside we can like destructure the segments. We'll get the ID, we'll get the start time and the end time, we'll get the title. What else did we need? Let's see. There's the types data. Channels, right. ID, type is always channel. Title. The logo, we're not going to use logos. So it's just going to be but yeah, but basically that's it, right? Oh, wait a minute. Right, we are going to be using logos. And I am, again, doing something that makes no sense. Streamers. These are the channels. Sorry, guys. These are the channels. So instead of doing this, we're going to be doing name and the profile image URL, right? So we're not going to return these. We'll do this as channel, not the flat map, but this right here. So, right, UID is ID, logo is the profile image URL. What else? We had a title, right? UID logo. Let's add a title. And we'll set the name. And what are we doing here? Position is missing. Yeah. Position top. And we're also going to get the index here and just pass it in, right? Okay. Okay, this is what we return. These are our channels, which are the, you know, actual streamers that we get from the API. Beautiful. So we're mapping this out, and let's see if this will work. No, undefined. So streamers, did we actually do it? No, we still didn't do it. Oh man, rushing. Okay, we shall continue then. A promise, get user profile. Picture, right? So these are the IDs. I'm just going to return a promise of string, right? New promise, resolve and reject, because we have a lot of IDs. Actually, get user profile picture. Let's check this out. No, okay, yeah, we first get the follows here. Then for each of those follows, we wanna be doing the get user profile picture, right? Right, resolve reject. We have all of the IDs. We had the link. Get user URL. That's right. We only get the IDs. Right, so URL is get user URL, and I'm gonna pass the IDs in this case, and then we want to make the API call, right? Maybe there's a cursor. It says that I can fetch 100 items. We'll see. You know what, let's implement that, you know, just in case. So we'll do, instead of a string, we are going to do ID and profile picture, and then we're going to be creating an array of that, right? Yeah. So data, which is this type, I'm going to inline it. This is the data, right? Fetch user profiles, profile pics. That's going to be an asynchronous function that potentially gets the cursor down here. We're just gonna do fetch user profile pics, and that's about it. Inside we get the URL. What is that? What did I paste? Goddamn. All right, so URL equals get profile user profile picture. No, get user profile picture. What is the URL thingy? Get follows URL, schedule user URL. Okay, there we go. Get users URL. We are going to do the IDs. Cursor, huh? It says that we can only pass 100. That means we need to split up the IDs manually here, right? That means we need to keep a track of all the iterations. Get user IDs. Oh man. You know what? Let's just go with it. You know, let's just go with it. We'll do comments to do. We will say manually chunk the IDs in groups of 100 at most, right? So if it's 101, we'll do the first group of 100, then we'll do a separate API call for the last one. You get the idea. If we have 13, then we'll just do one API call with those 13 users, right? So here's the URL. Let's fetch it. I always do this. So let's create this is the Twitch API. Let's just do api.ts. Export const fetch data, right? URL. What else do we need? Provider token. URL is a string. Provider token is also a string. Why do I have that in my clip? So here's the res, right? And then we'll just return basically return this, right? How about that? Promise response. Beautiful, right? So instead of doing all of this, we'll do await fetch data. Let's also register the API. Oh, okay, it's already registered. Yeah, fetch data. Just the provider token. Nothing else. Nothing else, guys. That's it. All right, beautiful. Here as well. Provider token. Where is it? Oh, I only get user profile picture. Of course, I need the provider token. I need to find a way to like do that. Here we go again. Nice. Smarter. Okay. Fetch data, right? That's going to fetch the profile. So let's actually check that. Let's actually check that in here, right? So we'll do another get. We'll do ID equals who? Let's so coding order. Yeah, let's do coding order. But we're actually doing to ID equals coding order. Let's do the token. Here's the token. Wait, this is it. There we go. Send. Client ID. Okay, we also need a client ID. I think that was in the headers. Yep. There's the client ID. Beautiful. So profile image URL. This is what we need. Nice. There's the description, the display name, the login, the ID. Beautiful. Broadcaster type partner. Nice. This is the offline image URL. Okay, I don't know what that is, but we'll just use the profile image URL. You can create that. Beautiful. Okay, we are on this. Here's the result. It's a data and then something, inside. But let's just keep handling things. And then there's the result that we want to handle. Instead of follows result, because that's like not really that, we are going to do a data and then another type. And we're going to only get the ID and only get the profile image URL. How about that? Because that's what we're interested in. Profiles res. So it's going to return an array of profiles, right? Then we can pass and we can do the data, right? ID and profile picture. Let's just do this. Right, so we can do data dot push, and we are going to push the profiles res dot data, basically, right? Because that is an array of ID and profile image URL, which is exactly what we want, right? Beautiful. Nice. And I guess that's about it. After we do this, I mean, we can actually we'll remove the cursor thingy and remove this thingy. And instead of doing a promise, I'm going to convert this into an asynchronous function. And not return a promise, we'll just open an ordinary reject. All right, you know what? Let's just keep the promise here, just because I like the reject thingy, right? So here's the promise. We'll just make this an asynchronous function. Beautiful. Beautiful. Then we'll do resolve data, right? ID and profile image URL. ID and profile. Okay, that's the issue. Here we go. Okay, we are pretty much lying, you know, by the naming, but still get user profile image thingy. These are the IDs, and then we do we are going to do profile photos, and we are going to do await get users get user profile picture, get users the user's profile picture, and then we need to pass the IDs, follows IDs, and the provider token. How did we actually, it follows, yeah, authentication dot provider token. There we go. And then we have the photos, right? We can, I think we can like slowly start to build up the streamer type. We have to like, let's figure this out, and then I guess we can stop streaming and continue, you know, with the channels with the EPG in the next episode. But for now, yeah, let's just like, I want to see some faces that I recognize in there. That's what we're after, right? We get the follows, we get the follows IDs, we get the profile photos. Now we need to marry those two. So const streamers is an empty array. We are going to return that, right? For every follows, we are going to do, I don't know, for each, let's say, right? For every follow, we are going to do streamer. Let's construct it. The ID. From is me, then to ID, to login, or to name, let's say. ID is to underscore ID. Name is to name. Oh, get alert. Profile image. Come on, guys. Get on. Then we have the profile image URL, and we just need to find it from the profile photos, right? So that would be profile photos, filter, ID, where the ID equals the to underscore ID. That's what we're after, right? Just want to map the image. I hate it when I don't add the arrow. It doesn't matter. Profile image URL. Give me the profile image URL, and then give me the first one, because I am really sure that it's going to exist, because we are getting them based on that, right? So let's get this up here. Image URL. Here's the thing. So we got the profile photos. I want to do these like this. Filter them out based on the ID. Map and get only the image URL and get the last one, right? So image URL. And what else do we have? We have the segments, right? We are going to do segments is an empty array for now, because we don't have that. But there's the streamer, and we want to return the streamer, right? Oh, return, no. What do we need to do? Streamers dot push streamer. Right, we're not going to return the streamer, but we are going to just push it and then add it to the actual return props, so that we can see those streamers in the schedule. Beautiful. That's it. ID, profile, image, URL, and name. And this is there's also a type, channel. I don't know what difference does that make, but let's just, you know, add it. Right, guys, is this going to be it? I'm waiting for Supabase. Only absolute URLs are supported. Okay, that's not good. Let's just like reload it. Let's see what happens if I do a full. Just like immediately. Let's see. Only absolute URLs are supported. Okay, that's an issue that we need to handle. Ah, okay. Log.js. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna add a breakpoint here and try to track this. Now I need to reload. Come on, guys. Let's go. Alright, there we go. So, get me all of the follows. Alright, there we go. All 43 of them. Now only like get the IDs. 43 IDs, that's beautiful. Now get me the profile photos, and I think it happens inside. So let's see. Right, the IDs, where are the IDs? 43 of them. Get users URL. Let's get inside. Here's the URL, right? If the ID is an array, we'll just do this, right? We'll get the base and then append the IDs. Let's see. There, boy. All right. We forgot to add the base here. Okay, beautiful, because that's not a valid URL. All right, that's about it. That's about it. We have this thing right here. Let's just like move it here, because I like the base URL to be just URL without, you know, these things. All right, start again. I'm not going to debug it for now. Refresh. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Guys, check it out. Guys, this is beautiful. We got it. I mean, it goes crazy for some reason. Oh yeah, because we don't have any data and stuff like that. Oh, because we have, wait a minute. But we can see some beautiful faces right here, and I'm happy. Here's the line, guys. Here's the line that I told you. So EPG, you know what? No EPGs. Keep it chill. All right, how about that? Beautiful. There we are. It's almost 9 o'clock and I need to go to bed. So yeah, we're going to finish by then. I'm gonna round these up. So I want all of them to be rounded. Layout. Let's close these for the time being. Plan by demo. There is a way to you know, custom render the items here. Channel item, and then just the item, right? So there we go. Render program, render channel. There's the layout. Okay, now we're talking. Render channel. Beautiful, beautiful. And we have the channel inside, right? Channel item. You know what? Let's just return. Let's just return an image, and actually, you know, let's just return a Chakra Next.js image, basically. So let's create that as a component. You know what? I actually have it on my blog, so I'm just gonna steal it from their personal website. If I built it once, why would I build it twice? I'll just copy paste it. So source components, where are we? Hero image index. That's about it. I'm just gonna steal it from here. Components, image, index.tsx, paste. Are we happy? Yes, we are. Magic image. Yeah, so I'm going to render an image, but from my components, right? We're going to slap a key. So the key will be channel.uid. Definitely the source is going to be channel.logo. We want the alt prop. Okay, alt prop channel with position, UID logo, and then something. Okay, that's cool. Then we pass the title, right? So we can do alt is channel title happy, right? Okay, I believe this is a default picture, so there will never be a case where, you know, people don't have pictures. So that's about it. So rounded is also full. Then let's see what width and height. Yeah, let's do a box. Yeah, we'll do a box. We'll say we'll do the rounded is full here, and we'll do overflow is hidden here. I'll just do layout. Layout is fill. Very nice. Invalid source prop of next image. Yeah, so I need to register the domain, this thing right here, because I believe all of them are coming from the same. So next config, images, domain, domains, bam. And now I need to rerun this so that, you know, the new domains get registered, get picked up from the Next.js, from Next.js itself. Hit refresh and we should see them rounded and optimized. Nothing happens. Okay, but we are getting there. Okay, that's the box. I guess we need to do width is how. Hey, Atsuski is here. Andre, hi buddy, how are you? Just quickly popped in during my D&D. Carwack, dude, Sibren, doing great, man. Like, check it out. Let's see some magic here. Oh man. All right, just because you just guys arrived, I'm gonna show you what's up. See? You see what's up? These are all the people that I follow on Twitch. All 42 of them. Right? Here's the magic. Now I'm just like trying to make, you know, make the render channel, make it rounded. And that's why we are here. There's a key, there's a channel item. Channel item, where are your channel item? Oh, there's a channel box. There's a top. Okay, cool. Channel box. There's a top, and then there's the channel logo. Well, then let's use the channel box. Maybe that's the actual fix, you know. Channel. You know what? Let's try this. Channel box. How about that? So we have a box. Let's use a channel box, right? We are going to move the key, and since the channel box is not it is not a chakra component, I'll move these things here. So if we are doing the width is 10, then we should do the height is 10, right? And the channel box wants a position. No, it wants a top. So channel dot position dot top. Yeah, sorry. Instead of W, width and height. Yeah, of course, man. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, damn. All right. So this is in pixels. Okay. You know what? We are going to bring the box, you know, bring back the box. Oh, wait a minute. I got it, guys. I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna. Oh wait a minute. No. I'm gonna go back to where we have the. Where we had the box. Check it out. It was like this, right? We have the width is 10, overflow is hidden, rounded is full. There's the image. We are going to bring the key here, and we'll do S channel box, and then we'll do top equals channel position top. Beautiful. That was not cool, man. Well, then I guess we need to set the height as well. Okay. That's weird. Alright, so here's one of them. 2, 3. Why is it like? Let's make these 20s. 24s. And they overlap. You know what? Maybe the channel dot position dot top is actually yeah, it's actually an absolute top. Is it pixels? Let's see. I think it's like the top in terms of absolute positioning, right? Channel box. There's the box. The top is 80, right? 80, but then we have 96 pixels. So let's actually do top times times 4, right? No, times 24 times 4 is 96 times 96. No, it's like 80, but what is 80, right? Let's try to find the second image and see the top is 160, whatever that means. You know what? Let's just like add pixels so we can understand more. There we go. There we go, right? Okay. Maybe we'll do 16 in this case. Nice. We'll do px is 4 or mx. There we go. Now we force them to breathe. It's nice, guys. That is nice. Now we can even like add little texts here. Channel title, where the font size will be extra small. Is that gonna work? Okay, yes it will, but it gets trampled by the picture, right? Here's the P. And then there's a div, because that div is an actual box, so we'll turn that box into a VStack. We will remove the box from here. We should see everything being rendered. What? Let's see. Screw that. Width is 16, height 16. Alright, not really. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, got it. Check it out. The layout is set to fill. I need to set to responsive. So that no width and height properties or layout fill. Okay, that's about it. Yeah, let's actually do that. We'll do width I don't know, 16 times 4. I don't like this. But let's just see how it looks like. Responsive. What about it, man? Like, why? Here's the span. And there's the image. Width is full. Height is full. Man, that is crazy. You know what? Let's just like go back to this. Right, because this will remain a box, but here we'll add the VStack like this. We'll move the text over here. Let's import the box and let's bring the key here. Prettier, what is up? Prettier. Format, document, please. It doesn't want to format it. Now there we go, okay. It's crazy. Type channel from plan by. Yeah, it works, but Prettier doesn't know what that is, so we need an update. So let's just do import type channel from plan by. Oh yeah, just remove this thing right here. Did you fix the height issue? Yeah, I did, man. Let's see. Oh, terrible. Terrible. Oh my god, Prettier. Sweet Jesus. Channel. Okay, there you go. God damn it, you need an update, man. Alright, so VStack, box, width and height. Why? Here's the box. Then we have the image. And it's absolute, so we need to do position is relative, so it respects. There we go. Yeah, so what about it? What about it? Why do we have the MX here, but check it out. Something's preventing this box from being that high. It's not 64 by 64. Something's pushing on it, right? Top is something. Top is 0 pixels. Channel box. Yeah. So let's do that instead, right? So we'll do channel box. Maybe, yeah, we'll keep the top here because Chakra is confusing the top with that thing. So let's see. All right, as you can see, we have fixed the issue, but we now have a bit of a cutoff, right? And this chakra stack 96 by 90, we need to work on that. What if we did flex shrink 0 because we're in a stack? Nope. 64 by 64, but wait a minute, there's something inside that's cutting the photo. Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, it's the channel box. Position absolute width. Yeah, the height is 80 pixels. No. Size. That is weird. Why does the channel box only, you know, it accepts a top, but it doesn't really. That's crazy. Let's see, width is full, so we can have this one. I don't know, what about height is full? There we go. A little bit, but still we want to do object fit. We'll set that to cover. We'll set that to cover, but damn the image. 64 by 54. We are lacking. We're missing 10 pixels, and that's. What if we did this? Adding bottom, 10 pixels. Do we get them? No, we don't. Nope. It's even worse. Okay. What about the text? If I set the margin to 0, will it like ease out a little bit? There's a margin top. Yeah, it's like it is the text. You see that? It is the actual text, but I still want to have the text right here, right? Then I guess it's the box that's like right here. So in that case, I can do aspect ratio because I know the width. I don't know the height. And we'll just do ratio is 1. So now it should be the same, but okay, that's cool. We'll see. We say width is full, but then we also have, there's the aspect ratio. We do the margins, but now instead of doing margins, we should do paddings, which made zero effect or change, you know. What about this? Okay. Aspect ratio. Now it's still weird. I mean, like, I'm setting the width to full, I'm setting the ratio to 1. It should calculate that. It's crazy how it doesn't. What if we like remove the width? And what if we set the height to full? 0 times 54, nothing. There's the before. Guys, we need the names. I don't think it's debatable. In that case, I guess we need to do less than 54, so 54 times divided by 4, then I guess I'll make them 20, 12. So yeah, it is what it is. We have the width. We'll set the width to 12, and then we'll set the height to 12, and I'm sad to see this, but this is the only way that we can make this work. If we go further than 12, like let's say 14, then we should start to see some shaping. No? Well, then let's do 16. Alright. And then I'll leave some index. That's okay. I'll leave 12 pixels. But so, like, no matter how much you do, it's always alright. Unfortunate. I'll do index, and then I'll do plus index times 12. So, oh, okay. It's under the channel. It's only the channel that we get. Here's the value, and then here's the channel. There's the position, which is 80. Not cool. Is there like a style? There is a style. What if I did margin bottom 12 pixels? Nothing. Man, this is something. See that? That is the channel box. So height is 80 pixels. It's like always 80 pixels. What if I did height is 120 pixels? Right, so you see that. Channel start date, use EPG. Height. All right, let's say I had to set the height. Oh no, it's of course it's that height. But if I remember correctly, I think we had the theme set here. Wasn't that the case? Theme, config, web gradients, loader. Yeah, you can see we already have that here. But we don't set it, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Was that on like or on our code sandbox? Oh man, guys, we need to go. Let me see. Nope. I think I remember doing, you know, doing the theme, but maybe we did that. I'm not sure where we did that. Because that was tedious, man. Here. Ah, okay, yeah. I think I remember. We didn't add the theme because it can get the theme by itself. So yeah, okay. So it doesn't work, right? There's a theme sidebar with. What if we did, I don't know, something crazy like 300? Now they're like 120, but let's refresh because they're probably going to be 80. Yeah. This line is sidebar. Yeah, I guess there's like nothing we can do. I guess like we have to leave it like this, right? Ditch the style because it makes no sense. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it. Instead of doing height, let's see. Nope. No. Crazy. Crazy times. Here's the box. I guess we'll just like go back to 14 and call it a day. There's also the text, but the text also is doing... You know what? Screw the text, man. We'll just comment it out. And now we can also like make our photos bigger. Maybe not that much. Oh yeah, no 18, just like directly go to 16. There we go. Right? Do we have an alt? We can, instead of doing a box, now we can also do a tooltip. So when we hover on the, you know, actual image itself, we can see the label, which will be channel title. There we go. Why didn't I think of this? God damn it, man. My brain is not working today. But yeah, see? There's the title that we're looking for. Figma Design, Rogi, Gotze, Jay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, guys. Whew. Okay, we got it working, right? We see real data, and that is a milestone in my opinion. Much better, man. Tooltip is much better. Nice. All right, so cool. Yeah, let's like take a picture of this thing, because I think we hit a milestone, which is super cool. Bam. Real data plus let's just say fetching streamers plus real data in EPG. Go and deploy it. Right, so there we go. What remains now is get the, you know, make the query here. So like we should be doing, where was it? We should be doing start time, right? So start underscore time equals something. Now we want to handle that, you know, parse it as a date basically, but we'll just use this control to fetch the date, and then, you know, do we should turn these into links basically, right? So they can point to the home page, but they'll just append that start time as a query parameter, right? So when we go one by one, we should see, you know, maybe there will be some lag because we want to wait for the server-side props to render, but I think it'll be straightforward, you know. So turn these into links, and they will change the data, right? Because the get server-side props will get you know, re-executed every time we click on it. The start time will kick in when we actually, you know, start to fill in the segments. Maybe, you know, maybe even the streamers. I mean like one thing that we can do later is, instead of showing all of them, filter out only the streamers that have segments for that day, you know. Filter out the people who are streaming that day, on Thursday for example. I don't need to see all of the streamers, only the ones that can show something in the EPG, right? So much easier, right? Much cleaner. But yeah, I think we're there. I think we're there, guys. All right, so let's go chill for a bit, because I'm like getting very tired. And yeah, this is pushed, it's deployed. I think we should be able to see it now. GitHub, Call of Lazar, streamer schedule, login with Twitch, logging in, getting access. Beautiful, guys, try it out. You should see different, yeah, you should see different streamers, because these are only the people that I follow. You should see different people, and that's the beauty of it. It will be your favorite streamers, not these one, because these one are mine, and maybe we overlap in some ways. But yeah, guys, that's about it, right? Let's call it a day right now and continue Good job, man. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, let's continue some other day. I think we are pretty much there, you know. We are pretty much there. Just to handle the case with the APG, put that, you know, put that in show it on the screen, and I guess that's about it for the MVP 0, right? I mean, we can always do more features like the lists feature that I mentioned before. We can always do that, but for now, you know, let's build out MVP 0. Just get the schedules or the segments, show them on the screen, call it a day. I think that's, you know, that's about it. Now we can, you know, later we can introduce the list feature, and maybe, you know, that'll make the app way, you know, easier to use, way usable actually. So looking forward to it. Right, for now, let's call it a day, guys. Thank you so much for, you know, staying late with me, and yeah, see you in the next one. Peace out.